Good afternoon. Today is Friday, October 25th. We're nearing the sports equinox, and we have a Friday college football slate, three gamer, and I'm going to go through our optimizer and some strategies. So, this is a rare slate where we haven't gotten to play Boise a lot on a main slate, and Ashton Genty is about as highly priced as they've ever had for a college football player. So I'll show you what our initial projections give if you do 20 lineups, let's say. I just want to show what we get first, and then I'll talk through it. Okay, so Genty's super expensive, so you have to kind of evaluate how much is he going to get to 37 or 40. Then if so, I'd probably play him a lot, but if you think he's going to get closer to 30, then there's definitely a case to fading him. And so you'll see here now, we have 85% of each. So it's heavy on these three backs. Brown's a good price. And then Woody Marks is a solid play. He's one of my favorite plays on Fanduel, and this price is fine too. So you're getting a lot of, because Genty's so expensive, you're getting a lot of wide receiver and super flex, which isn't optimal. So what it's saying is that Genty basically handicaps the lineup, and it's using every last dollar, even with a wide receiver and super flex. So this is a tough construction, I think. And I'm going to boost up Madsen a lot too. I really like these Boise State receivers. Cam Camper, just super consistent, Indiana transfer. And then Matt Lauder, a tight end, and tight ends have had some success versus UNLV. So, and because of Genty, you're not getting expensive wide receivers. The two expensive ones are Ricky White and Ja'Cory Brooks. So, for the sake of these projections, let's give. Yeah, Brooks, they're like their own tier, White and Brooks. So, for the sake of these projections, let's give Genty like 32. And then it will give more exposure to the rest of the guys. I like Jaden Thomas a lot on FanDuel, where there isn't. To me, this price disparity between Brown and Jaden is too short, so that's hard for me. Marks I love, Brown I love at this price. Let's jump back to quarterbacks. So Haj Malik is pretty expensive. I'm kind of in line with this projection, so there's not a ton of meat on the bone, and I love Casty. I do want more Madsen than hopefully the field. Um, I might do this where I just try to get I'll do like maybe like 70% max on a three gamer. So, and as far as stacking, I don't think it's necessary with Casty. Um, but the others I'd want, like Haj Malik, then I want a wide receiver. Madsen, same thing. And then if you have Madsen and the receivers and the passing games doing work, that also feeds into Genty like getting closer to 30 than like one of his nuke games. So if you're fading Genty, I think, or going lower than the field, then I think you want to be higher than the field on Madsen here. Miller Moss, same thing. The receivers are all. I might amend this to do running back too, because Woody Marks can catch passes too. And then who's our Casty? I'm fine not stacking. And then Tyler Shug, I want to stack because there's some cheap options at Louisville too. And then for 5% of Kaliak Manis, we'll stack with a cheap Rutgers receiver. All right, so as you can see now, there's little, even with 32, there's still a lot of Genty. So you're really going to have to boost down the projection. Let's see if what 30 does and we get our rules. These three guys I like a lot. I love Lemon. I love Camper. I love Louder. I think Chris Bell's a strong play, so I'll probably boost him up a little. How much is Morales, the tight end, for? So guys like Skeet are interesting if you're stacking with. I don't think you need a stack Casty, but Skeet makes some sense because it's such a great matchup. I'm gonna boost Bond because I think he could do really well, and even though he's the third receiver in pricing. So I want to boost. Let's see. Let's make the receivers like 70% max. Okay. And so hopefully I'm on Bond more than the field. And then I think running back's going to be pretty tight core either way with Brown, Marks, and Monangai. All right, so let's run it again. Let's see what we got. Might take a little longer with some of the rules. So I'm rooting for UNLV, but I'm nervous about this. I kind of think if I were just betting, I have a ticket on UNLV to make the playoffs, so I might bet a little on Boise today. But yeah, I'm nervous about this. Like, let's see how this game goes. All right. So our latest projections. Yeah, so I really like this. I really like this lineup. Like, you're getting 3 USC guys against a bad Rutgers defense. Casty can do it on his own. Camper's a stud. White's a stud. um, who, like, if you do the Genty build, there's no way. And see, we're getting 10% Genty, heavy Marks, heavy Brown, which I'm fine with. Um, I mean, this slate's so volatile based on what Genty does that I don't like it for cash, but I do want to, have some action and have fun with it. So I'm fine. I'm fine just pushing the chips in on Marks and Brown and going from there. Um, let's see where we're at with quarterback. So I might make a rule if I'm getting Haj Malik, I also want Madsen, just because I think if it's back and forth, then they're both likely to be in the optimal. So I'll add that rule and I'll try to get they're not giving much Haj Malik. But I think that's the best game. I mean, the total suggests it's the best game. Who knows if they hit this total or not, but the total being more than a touchdown higher than the other two games. And we've seen Haj Malik do damage on he's the top QB in terms of pricing on both sites. But otherwise I kind of like where we're at. Yeah, I kind of just want to take some shots and have fun. I do. So we're getting basically all 2 QB, which I like today. I think that's the optimal. So I like that there's only 5% non QB in super flex. I think that's the way to go today. Let me pull up Fanduel. 1 second. FanDuel is interesting. So when I first thought about this slate on FanDuel, I thought Genty would be 13,000. So but instead Genty's 12,500. So I'm pretty interested on FanDuel, and one of the things I like about playing both sites is that you can get exposure to different players. or different players make sense on the different sites. So FanDuel, I was playing with the projections. I boosted Genti down. Um, and then I think I wanted more Haj Malik than what I was originally getting. FanDuel, but today it might be softer. This is an awesome price for Miller Moss. So he's my favorite quarterback on the slate per dollar. Then at running back, I think it's generally going to be a tight pool unless you want to throw Thomas into like a game stack. Um, at receiver, I'm kind of reluctant to go after the top two guys just because pricing's pretty tight with me wanting to play Genti more. So let's see. So the funny thing is, even with 28, he's still cheap enough where you're getting a ton of him. And you can even get an expensive receiver if you get two cheapies at wide receiver. So this build's kind of interesting where you drop down. I don't feel great about Kaliak Manis in a main build. So what I'll do here, I'm gonna boost up Haj Malik, I think. No, that's fine. I'm gonna have to boost up Madsen to like 20 and then do the rules and kind of see what we get. Um, so let's do the same thing. I don't play with the stack boost a ton, but let's just see what it does today. All right, so and then Haj Malik, I kind of want a game stack with so I might do this where I do no less than one receiver tight end from the opposing team. And then quarterback two. And then as far as exposures, let's take a look at receiver. These are pretty good. I might boost up my guy Lemon a little bit, but Let's cap receiver at like 65. Then I think we'll do one last run and see how it goes. Yeah, there's some every USC receiver's cheap because they haven't really had they rotate in a lot of guys under this system, so there's definitely variance with the USC receivers. Deuce Robinson had a touchdown last week. Bell's an interesting option with Lacey done for the year. So let's see what we get. All right, so I'm gonna keep playing around with it, but these are pretty good. Like you get a USC double stack, an interesting one where Marks is in super flex. Let's see how much non-quarter. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to boost up the quarterbacks more, but it really likes Marks, and I do too. So this could make sense. But that's all I have for right now. Good luck, everyone, and enjoy the games tonight.